Rome, before when you had to go to the mission, they said, if you don't go to the mission, I'm going to kill your father. If your son doesn't come to the mission, I'm going to bash his head up against the rock. So guess what everybody became? Now everybody Catholic. Because we're afraid. But there's somebody coming to save us. You understand? There's somebody that's going to deliver you from the Romans. All you got to do is follow what he told you to do. The reason you're in this position is because you broke those 10 commandments. You break everything in the Bible. And buying and selling and cooking on the Sabbath day, those are breaking those commandments as well. You understand? I pour my soul into this. Measure of Christ, I'm trying to grow into this. Drink the same cup. Eddie,
I'm trying to get something to drink.
Eddie, you can't buy today. We got to show you that.
Oh, I'm thirsty, brother.
I know, but you're going to break the commandments of God.
I know.
After all that?
I got to hydrate. Man.
Okay, you could go home. We got water for him. Give him water. We got you right now.
Get him water.
You see, I got an answer for every problem. Got an answer for your problem. I come out here with solutions for you. There you go. Give him 2. Now you don't got a problem. Give him more. That's small water. He need more than that. All right. I'm listening. So you said, why do they have blue eyes? Yes. Who are the Israelites in your understanding? That's who you believe is the Israelites.
Well, Hebrew.
Okay. Can I show you the scripture? Okay. The people that you're looking at, yes, they are mixed with the German, but they're not the Israelites. I'm going to show you that in the Bible. Give me Jeremiah 14:2. I'm going to show you. Now let's see, Eddie, if she accepts it. Let's see if she's different than Saul. Let's read that. Jeremiah 14:2.
Jeremiah chapter 14 verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black.
You see what he said? He said Judah. Judah was a kingdom. It was Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. There were 3 tribes that were known as the kingdom of Judah. He said Judah is in mourning, and they're what? They're black. Read again. They are what?
They are black.
They are black. So same thing. And in terms of the Bible's custom, what it's talking about is dark skin. They were men of color. Right? So today they would have looked closer to this. They would have looked like me and you. They would have had color on their skin. So now, let's fast forward to today. Who the hell is that in Israel? Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. Let's find out. Let's find out. Then we're going to pull up the book again and we're going to show you. Watch. Revelation 2 and 9. Watch this. What's your name? Mary? Ah, Mary. Look, my family's Benjamin. I can't roll my R the same way. You're good. Right? Revelation 2 and 9. Let me see. I'll pull it up. Hey, my brother in the red, come here, man. Come holler at me for 2 seconds. Who do you think the people in Israel are? Because Mary asked a good question. Huh? I don't know. Okay. She asked, right, who they were. I just told her the Bible says that Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, right, the blacks, Jamaicans, as you would call them, and the Haitians, they were all known as the kingdom of Judah in the Bible. They were men of color. But before we broke up, we were all one kingdom. We were all people of color. We were all dark skinned. We all had color. Revelation 2 and 9. Watch this.
Revelation chapter 2 verse 9. I know that works and tribulation.
So Christ is talking to the children of Israel. The 12 tribes on the sign. Come look at it, Mary, so you understand what I'm saying. Because I don't know if you've seen it. Right? Hold the sign up for her so she can look at it. So Mary ain't got to move around. You can see it? Okay, good. It's all right. He's strong. So, that's what we're paying for. Revelation 2 and 9, right? It says, Jews, right? They're in poverty, but they're rich. This kingdom is rich. Go ahead.
But thou art rich.
The reason you're rich is because everything in the Bible belongs to you. It doesn't belong to the people in Israel. Here's my proof. Go ahead.
And I know the blasphemy.
The blasphemy means a lie against God. So the fact that you even think those people over in Israel are the Jews, that's blasphemy according to God. To call them Jewish is a blasphemy according to God. Because he said it's a blasphemy. Go ahead.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
You see what he said? So at that time, what I was explaining to Eddie earlier is the people that he was referring to are the Romans. Right. They're Romans. So now you got a good question, right? Who are the people in the land today? I'm going to show you this book. Read it. I'm going to show you. He's going to read this book to you. In the book, it describes, you can put that down, it's going to tell you that the people that were over there at that time claiming to be Jews are the same people that are claiming to be Jews today. They've stolen your identity. Right, exactly. All those people, because they're not us. We the Israelites, but they've stolen your nationality, your identity. We're going to read this book. Watch.
The Jews of Caesarea.
What's your name, my brother in the red? You're looking around. Your name Jesus and you don't want to stay here?
I gotta go.
I need 5 minutes. Mary, don't go nowhere. Let me finish. You see how quick we being around? I'm telling you, you God's people, and you run into a swap. Think about it. See, Eddie? We want to go nowhere. Fast. Go ahead.
Genetic and other Genetic and other evidence indicates that the East European Jews,
The East European Jews, the people that you see over there who are lying against God, go ahead.
are primarily the descendants of Central European Jews, the Ashkenazic Jews of Germany, and the Czech Jews of Bohemia and Moravia, who in turn trace their ancestry to Rome.
To where?
To Rome.
So at that time, Rome was the synagogue of Satan in the Bible. Today, they've stolen your identity. They're calling themselves Israel, but they're not.
Yeah, they do that.
They're lying.
People do that.
No, not people.
They like
This
that.
man has stole your identity.
Right.
That's the war you see being fought, and you feel bad. You're like, dang, the Israelis and the Palestinians, they're fighting over your land.
Right.
Exactly. No, America is Amerigo Vespucci, but they did take your name. No, hold on, wait. They stole your name of Issachar and told you you was a Mexican woman.
Right.
That's something they did do.
Right.
They told you, Jesus says, I'm a Mexican man, and you'll wear that proudly, but you're not Mexican. You're from the tribe of Issachar.
Right.
That's what you got to learn. The Jews that are over there, the Jewish people that are over there, have taken your identity. And what we're trying to show you is that they're the synagogue of Satan. You are the children of God. Give me Ephesians 5 and 8 real quick. Before you go, Jesus. I got a friend named Jesus, so it's gonna come out like that. Go ahead. I was gonna call you Jesus, then I was like, nah, you Jesus. It is what it is. Ephesians 5 and 8.
Ephesians chapter 5 verse 8. For ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light.
He said, now you gotta be light. You know what darkness is? It's to call yourself a Mexican man.
Right.
Like I asked Eddie, who was the first Mexican man or woman?
Read out.
Got no clue, do you? I can tell you who the first Issachar is. Let me introduce you to him. His name was Issachar, right? He's known today as a Mexican. He's your forefather.
Right.
He's actually your forefather. But what you learn is to be a Mexican by your oppressor.
Right.
So you got to meet that guy again. You got to give me Malachi chapter 4 real quick. And give me verse 4. What you got to come back to is your fathers. Your father is Issachar. He taught you how to be and how to carry yourself. And he followed the rules of Israel, which was Jacob. And Jacob was connected to Abraham and Isaac. Those were his forefathers. And Abraham was called a friend of God. So now I want you to be a friend of God again. You got to start walking in sin and walk in light.
I've heard that this Jesus Christ,
Yes.
it was dark, but when they went to the war, the soldier,
Yes.
they lightened it so that
Those two count.
Right, that's what, Mary, don't go nowhere. Just stay right here, please. No, don't go nowhere. You're right. Stay right here. I got to show you that in the Bible. Okay, but Mary, I got to show you the scripture. Because what you're saying is right. Jesus might have never heard that. Did you know that Christ was whitewashed? Or iconoclasm happened? I got to show you in the Bible before you go real quick. Give me that.
First Maccabees chapter 3 verse 48.
Read out.
And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Now, in the Greek period, they took open our Bibles that had men of color, where Issachar would have been documented, and the 12 tribes of Israel, and they painted images that look like them. If the images look like them already, if they were white, why would the Greeks have to change the images?
You know?
So if they had to change it, what did it mean to look like?
Read out.
Something else.
Right.
If we got to open a book and put our images in it, that means our images are not in there.
Right.
See what I'm saying? I got to get the cobwebs off our brain. So that means that image wasn't in the Bible.
Right.
It had to be put in the Bible.
Right.
It had to be added to the Bible. So now you got a problem. You got people taking your book, taking your nationality, and then they said, we're going to put our face in it. We're going to rule the world with this. That's what happened to you. You understand, Jesus? Give me Revelation chapter 1. Let me show him. What's the other one I had you holding?
Ephesians 5 and 6.
Yeah, you can drop that. Revelation 1.
No,
Now,
Malachi 4 to go.
yes, sir. Give me Malachi 4. Come on, man. Come on.
Malachi chapter 4 verse 4.
Now watch this. This is one of your forefathers.
Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments.
Start at verse 5.
Verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet
Elijah is a prophet. Go ahead.
before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Before the Lord comes, Elijah came upon this earth. He's been here already. You know how I know? Watch this.
And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers.
Jesus, you're a child of God. You're an Israelite. But the thing you got to turn back to is what Issachar was doing. You can't be a Mexican no longer, because these names were given to us by the synagogue of Satan. But God gave you all the names on the left. He said you were from Issachar. He also gave you the color of Christ and laws you were supposed to keep. So in order for you to get back those things, you got to do a search to figure out, what did my fathers do? How were they prosperous when it came to God? And that's what the Bible's here for. Revelation 1 real quick. I'm going to show you the image of Christ. I know you're ready to go, but the swap meet's trash.
I'm not ready. I'm trying to go home and eat.
Okay. All right, cook. See? He about to go cook something. I got to show you that. He stayed because I had to show him he's breaking the Sabbath, and you about to go break the Sabbath too. I know you about to go heat some up, right? What you got at the house ready? Some mole?
Rice and chicken.
Rice and chicken? See? All right, see? We don't know though, right? I'm showing you this because we don't know. We think we're doing it right. They ain't wrong for you to eat. They ain't wrong for them to want water. The problem is we don't know the commandments of God. So we sin and we sin and we sin and we can never win. Right? Read that.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14. Verse 14. His head and his hairs.
This is referring to Christ. It said his head and his hairs. The hairs on his face and the hairs on his head. Go ahead.
Were white like wool.
They were white and the texture of them was woolly. It was curly like a sheep. Go ahead.
As white as snow.
It said it was white like snow. So now it's describing the color of it. Go ahead.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
It said his eyes were like fire. The whites of his eyes were red because he drank wine in moderation. Go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Now it describes his feet. Now I asked Eddie earlier, I'm going to ask you, Jesus. Do your feet look like the rest of your body? No? So your top of your feet are purple?
Well, I mean, I'm brown here and like lighter on the...
It's a lighter shade of brown though, right? It's not green. So now Christ's feet represented the color of the rest of his body, right? Then when we read this, we're going to understand what Christ looks like then, right? Okay, watch what it says.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
And to fine brass. Right here where you see Antonio Maceo Grajales, right? He was known as the bronze bomber, right? The bronze titan. This man had color. Just like this picture right here has color. Said it was like bronze. So bronze is what color? Is it white?
darker.
It's darker, right? It's like brown, right? So he's referring to Christ's feet as bronze. Go ahead.
As if they burn in a furnace.
As if they what? Burn in a furnace. So if you burn the brass, what color would it become? Lighter or darker?
Darker.
So now Christ is being described as what? A light-skinned man with no color in him? Like a European? Or is he described as a man of color in the Bible? So what would Christ look like if he walked the earth?
Darker.
Darker. He would look like these brothers you around. He would look like all of us. He would have color on his skin. He would be dark. So when he came to the earth, he came to save people that look like him from oppression.
Right.
That's what he came for. He didn't come to say kumbaya and save the whole world. That's not why he came. We've been taught that because the people that oppress you, when they took the images out of the book, they put a new doctrine in as well. They said, now you got a white image of Jesus, now you got to love me because I'm Jesus. And that's what you learn your entire life. And even right now while I'm talking, you're like, that seems a little wrong. It's not right for them not to get the kingdom of heaven. That's what's going on in your mind, right? I see. That's what's going on in your mind, right? I know that. But watch what it said, right? Give me Luke chapter 1 and verse 68. The point I'm trying to show you is you need salvation. You need to be saved from the people that oppress you, and that's what Christ came to do. Read that.
Luke chapter 1 verse 68. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel.
You see what they call him? The God of Israel. Go ahead.
For he has visited and redeemed his people, and have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spoke by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we shall be saved from our enemies.
He said we should be saved from our who?
Enemy.
Who was Christ's enemy at that time? Rome, the synagogue of Satan. They crucified him. They oppressed his people. They came in and they seized Jerusalem in 70 AD. He said we should be saved from our enemies. So Christ came to save those 12 tribes from the Romans. Today, Rome is America. Give me Deuteronomy 28 verse 49. I'm going to show you that and we're going to wrap it up. Deuteronomy 20 verse 49. Rome has now turned into America. And the problem is we ain't learned how to serve God. By buying and selling, we break the commandments of God because today is the Sabbath. According to Nehemiah 10 and 31, you can't buy and sell today. You can't cook today according to Exodus, right? All those things are in the Bible, right? I'm gonna have one of the men write them down so y'all can read them on your own. But you going in there and buying something would have been sin against God. You going to the house and heating up food is a sin on the Sabbath day. Now there's other days, 6 days in a week, you can buy, sell, cook, whatever you want. But today is the day that God said will be your rest and you would not sin against him. You understand? That's what today is supposed to be.
What do you think about like
Catholicism?
Yeah, Catholicism.
Okay, Catholicism is bull. You can finish the rest, right? Right. Catholicism ain't in the Bible.
Right.
Remember, who brought Catholicism? What's the first word on Catholic? Roman Catholic. So Rome was whose enemy?
Christ.
And whose enemy are they today? Your enemy.
That's right.
They're your enemy, Jesus. They're your enemy, Jesus. Right? I keep switching back and forth. I don't know why. But my point I'm making to you is, Jesus, your enemy is Rome. Rome is still trying to push lies in your head.
Right.
So the purpose of Christ was to come and free us from our enemy. You understand? Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49.
Read out.
This is who Rome is today. Come on.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
When you look on the map, this nation came from far. If we were over here in towards Africa, they came from the other side of the earth. Right? They came from the other side of the earth and they conquered us. Like you all were in America. They came from Europe all the way to America. From the other end of the earth. Go ahead.
From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flight.
You see what he used to describe them? As swift as what? The eagle flight. So look right here. What did Greece have? And what did Rome have?
Right out.
Come close. You can look at it. I ain't gonna bite you. I ate today.
That's like a bird?
Right. It's an eagle. What's this on the Spanish coin?
Like a shit. No, I don't know what that is.
Right there. It's an eagle behind that building. What's that right there? Interesting, right? Now watch what God said as a context clue for you. Go ahead.
A nation,
No, the Lord shall send what?
and the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flight.
As swift as the eagle flieth. They were known as the eagle in the Bible. All the prophecies that refer to the eagle are referring to the white man that stole your identity. Today he's America. He just switched clothes. That's all he did. One time he was Greece, one time he was Rome, then he became the Spanish who conquered your people, and now today we're in America living under him again. So Christ has to save us from Rome. That's what he was telling you. He said, I got to save you from your enemies. You all around them. Go ahead.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
¿Hablas español? Remember, when the Spanish came, did you speak Spanish?
Right out.
So he said when they first came, you went in. No, you didn't. You spoke Hebrew. Watch, look at this sign right here. You see that right there? That's in New Mexico. I see it with my own eyes. That's called a Decalogue stone, right? It's in New Mexico, Los Lunas stone, right? It has the 10 commandments written by the natives that were in that land. It's there in New Mexico. You can go see it on your own. Huh? Yes. You spoke Hebrew. Right? Today in Mexico, they call it Nahuatl, right? Nahuatl was just a derivative of Hebrew. It's a dialect of Hebrew. So when y'all came here, Columbus had to bring Hebrew translators to communicate with you because you spoke Hebrew. So when the Spanish came, they didn't speak your language. Now, ¿hablas español? Sí. Because you've been oppressed. Because you've been conquered by the Spanish. And they brought the Roman Catholic doctrine with them. And now you worship Mary and you buy and sell on the Sabbath and you cook and you do all these things that are against God. You can put that down. I just want to finish this one. We can get out.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old.
They didn't care if you were an older man. Go ahead.
Nor show favor to the young.
They took the young boys and dashed their head up against rocks. They took the older men and they whipped them and beat them and said, keep working. That's your history. You got to go look it up. I know your eyes got big when I said that. That's what they did to you. That's what the Roman Catholic Church did. Go look up the mission system in San Diego. In order for you to bow down to the mission system, they said either you're going to become a Catholic or we're going to kill you. That's why in San Diego schools, they take the little kids and they go to the mission and they do a project, right? You had to do that because they oppress you. Rome's still over you. Rome, before when you had to go to the mission, they said, if you don't go to the mission, I'm going to kill your father. If your son doesn't come to the mission, I'm going to bash his head up against the rock. So guess what everybody became? Oh, now everybody Catholic. Because we're afraid. But there's somebody coming to save us. You understand? There's somebody that's going to deliver you from the Romans. All you got to do is follow what he told you to do. The reason you're in this position is because you broke those 10 commandments. You break everything in the Bible. And buying and selling and cooking on the Sabbath day, those are breaking those commandments as well. You understand?
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.